Hey, and welcome to another video. Today I want to talk about a safe place to do the wrong thing with the right people. Everyone should have a safe place. Everyone should have a place that they can go to where other people just like them can do a hobby that they enjoy too. But let's face it, if you're into cars or motorbikes, you're very stigmatized and you don't have a lot of safe places to do it. There's a lot of people in this world who just hate cars and hate motorbikes even more. But everyone deserves a place where they can have fun, be safe, and do the wrong thing with the right people. But you've also got to understand that you need to be respectful of these places as well, because they can be shut down really easily if you do fuck around, and we will find out. And that's the thing, you need a happy medium. You can't just sit there and be like, I want the world and not expect anything in return. It's a 3 to 4 way street. There's roundabouts, there's stop signs. It's the best way you can put an analogy to this. There's governments and people that will put a stop to it. They're the stop sign. Then you've got roundabouts. They're a reoccurring cash flow. You can go around as many times as you want, but it's still going to cost you something in the end. Then you have maintenance and staff. You need staff to maintain and look after the roads. You need to look at safe places as ecosystems. If you abuse the ecosystem, then, well, it falls apart. People start going to the government and complaining to them to shut the place down. People start being abusive at the roundabouts because they don't know how they work, so people stop going to those roundabouts. Because, well, it's not simple. It's not something you can just sit there and be like, I want to start up, because this is a very expensive business to be in. Because at the end of the day, if people complain to government, that's the most likely thing that's going to shut everything down. Because let's face it, this is an enthusiast sport. This isn't like a rugby team. This isn't like a football team. The police and government won't shut down an entire football club because their fans are rowdy. They would have a larger police presence, they would do more to control crowds, and they would give sanctions to the club, because those clubs bring in hundreds, if not millions of dollars a year. If politicians and people already hate cars, well, they're just going to find it easily to be like, well, you're messing around, we're going to shut it down. If you're already hated, then it's so much easier to stack on that hate. Because if you're the problem and people don't want you there, it's easier just to get rid of you than try and work with you. All of us probably have hobbies, or we're trying to find a new hobby to get into. Because we've all been trying to find hobbies. We've all had that situation in life. But it's always easier to find a hobby that's already been established and has a community already. Because everyone knows it's the worst thing trying to start something when you know no one. Take what I'm doing for example. I'm starting a community. I'm talking about a hobby that's been around for years, but I'm also starting a community that also I have to thank everyone for the support and the 40 subscribers so far. This is a niche hobby and a small community, but it's growing slowly because the hobby already exists. If the hobby didn't exist, then well, I feel like I wouldn't be growing as fast as I am. And that's where the safe place comes in. It needs to be a safe place for everyone. The government can control what I do. You guys can control what I can and can't say. You guys have more power than you think with a lot of these communities and hobbies. But just because you're a government and just because you're a person doesn't mean you're right. Because everyone's got an opinion and everyone's got an asshole. And it doesn't mean that your opinion's wrong. It doesn't mean your opinion's right. But sometimes you're just talking out your ass. Because when you're in a hobby, you're not the customer. You're a hobbyist. You don't always have to be right. And you can't always be right. Because when you're in a hobby, if you're an asshole, we'll just tell you to leave. Because the fastest way to kill a hobby is to kill everyone else in the community with you. Because let's face it, some hobbies you can't get into because the people really are just toxic. And let's face it, the car community can be like that. A lot of the times it is like that. Well, that's why communities need to be understanding and safe for everyone. There's rules in place to protect you and everyone around you. So when I say this, I mean it. Please do the wrong thing with the right people, but also surround yourself with the right people first. Because the last thing you want to do is do the wrong thing and not be with the right people when you do it. Because no one wants to be in a community and still feel like an outcast. Because I for one know what it feels like to be in a community where you're trying to join in but no one wants to let you join. And that's what I want to get rid of out of this community. I want everyone to be able to fit in, no matter what they are or who they are. I want this to be a safe place where we can do the wrong thing with the right people. I want to meet people that want to have fun, enjoy cars, and talk about what their experiences are like. Because that's what I enjoy. I enjoy talking about cars and getting to know different people. But right now, I barely know anyone or anything. So, welcome to the community, and I hope you have a good time. So thank you all for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.